request our coordinator of MGO and IPOC head, Professor Parishkrit Agrawal sir, to introduce ma'am's profile to us.
Thank you, madam. Namaskar. I am Parishkrit Agrawal, IQAC coordinator and coordinator Department of Advanced Management Studies, GS College of Commerce, Wardha. I am before you to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. Rupali Memane madam, CEO of KnowEdge, Pune. Madam will discuss with us on the topic content marketing and economic sustainability. She is author and academician who had trained more than 11,000 people in various fields including e-content development, online teaching learning and WordPress. Having a total of 15 years of experience and expertise in academic as well as industry, Madam had worked previously as IQAC coordinator and training and placement officer in Arihant College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Pune. As coordinator, she had organized webinar, workshop and meet in the area of IT, UGC net guidance and Android app development. Madam has been invited as resource person in various programs conducted by the college all over India. Few include e-content development, online teaching tool and WordPress. Her area of expertise include Adobe Photoshop, CorelDRAW, PHP, Java, .NET, video editing and WordPress. I am obliged to introduce such a versatile person. Thank you, madam, for accepting our invitation for this 1 week national webinar on developing sustainable growth strategies through emerging management trends. Thank you, madam. I like to inform you that currently I am a commerce teacher, commerce and management teacher, but with the help of WordPress and with the engagement of one of my MBA student, we had developed our own college website. So it means that a non-technical person through WordPress can develop website. Thank you, madam.
Yes. Thank you so much, Parikshit sir. Thank you, Principal sir, and thank you, Shubhangi ma'am, Kiran ma'am. It is indeed a great pleasure, and I appreciate and I'm very grateful for calling me as a resource person in your session. And this is the first session, and I hope my session will be informative and useful for the students as well as the staff. And thank you once again. So before starting with this session, I would like to tell you about the KnowEdge platform and how the content, basically the content or the information, how we try to share it. Now, as Parikshit sir has said, during this COVID-19, when everyone was locked down, it was the most difficult time for the teachers to share their knowledge or basically conduct the sessions with the students. And we were like pressurized from the colleges that we have to take the sessions and all. So I basically had the experience of creating sessions online, and due to my previous experience of graphic designing and all, I developed the sessions myself and conducted them online to my students. But then some of my colleagues said, okay, maybe I can be of help to them. So I initially took a session for my in-house faculties wherein we taught them how do you develop online content, teaching and learning. And then it extended, and they call their friends and their colleagues from outside college, and then it spread across the colleges in Pune city and across Maharashtra, in Tamil Nadu and all. So we were a team of 3. We were called as resource person to conduct such sessions all across India. And I take this privilege and very grateful that the colleges invited, and we have, to our privilege, 11,000 faculties all across India who have been trained across our, in this online content and marketing, through which we taught them how do you create video editing, how do you record your screen, how do you share your content through YouTube and all, right? So during that time, the concept of this KnowEdge, basically that is a non-profit organization. It is an online platform through which we try to share our expertise to teachers, students, or whosoever are interested. We have nearly about 600 plus members in that, who who can be a part, I mean, who are interested in sharing their expertise. Your today's resource person myself, and tomorrow's resource person Dr. Shweta Bapat is also a member of KnowEdge, who will be also sharing her expertise. Yes, so I like to start with my presentation. So to get a better bandwidth, I'll just switch off my camera and just let me know in case you can see my screen. I'll just start sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Now, basically, what actually is content marketing? Now, we know that marketing is selling of your products, selling of your services, even if you have a small pen, till a big flat or a company, anything. So, when you have to sell that particular product or service, you say it as a marketing. Right. So marketing is basically when we see, no, it is just of selling. Koi bhi aayega, they try to sell. Ye qualities hai, this and all. They try to sell their product. And what actually is content marketing, right? So we today's session we are going to discuss on what actually is content marketing, what are the strategies we can have in content marketing, how do we go about content marketing, what tools we need for content marketing. We are also going to see what actually was traditional marketing and how content marketing is different from traditional marketing, and how this switch over from traditional to content marketing has come up, right? So to begin with this session, now what actually is content marketing? Now Bill Gates in his speech in 1996 he said content is the king. So unless and until you have a proper content, you are going to be the ruler of the audience basically. So content is going to be the king. Now today you are all here to attend my session. So if I give some dull content, okay, these are the slides, ye content hai, whatever is in your theory books or in your reference book, if I just give you that content, everyone is here कि हाँ मैम क्या बोलने वाले, आज का कंटेंट क्या होगा. यस, टाइटल. सो योर टाइटल हैज टू बी टैगी. I mean, your title has to grab your audience कि हाँ audience ने आना चाहिए. अच्छा, content marketing, so it has something to be related to content. So if my content today is not up to the mark of the organizers or the audience, then I am going to fail in my session, right? So your audience or your feedback after today's session is going to define me what actually I'm going to share with it, or what content I have in my today's session. So content is very important because it is a king who is going to rule the audience. Not today for this session, it will be for 1 hour. And if the session is good, if I give in more or if I get in more, grab more audience, if more colleges call me, then yes, my content was up to the mark and I have given proper weightage to the audience or to the topic which I was called, right? So content is the king. Now, basically, we see that content marketing is the publication of material design, and we have some, right? I have to share the contents. Now, I have created this PowerPoint which tells you what is content marketing, what contents have to go in your presentation, how are you going to design that, what content you're going to share with the audience. So everything will be included. So content is just an information which I'm trying to share with the audience, right? So if in now when we say we are going to conduct sessions with students, we are given some syllabus, then we tell when we enter the class, we tell the students, okay, today in today's session we are going to discuss about these topics. So the session which you give to the students is information. Yes, it isn't content, but that is just an information which you are trying to share with the students. And some sessions when you go outside, you try to share your stories, you are trying to give some content, but when based on that content you are trying to grab your customers from the audience who are attending your sessions, who are reading your content, when you try to get a customer from that, then you say that your content is being marketed, right? So whatever content you have now, if I'm going to say, give this content. Okay, this is the content which I have. So here we are just sharing of information. I'm not here to sell any product nor service, right? So I am just here to share my contents, whatever my expertise, whatever my knowledge, to the audience who are in this meeting, who are outside when you are going to watch this video later on. So content. So if I try to sell a particular product, and if I get a profitable or a probable customer from the content which I have, then I can call it as a content marketing, because I have tried to sell the product or my service to the audience, to the probable customer, or to the client who is interested in the content. So that is called as your content marketing, right? But I'm not going to directly come in and pitch in, okay, this is content, and yes, you have to call me as a resource person, and I'm here for so many years. So if I go in that way, so it is like direct marketing. So आप बोलेंगे अरे मैम तो मार्केटिंग करने आई थी अपने नोएज का या अपने बुक का, एंड वो चली गई, उन्होंने आपके बता, हाँ दिस इज द कॉस्ट, this is what. So that is direct marketing. And customers nowadays, you see, are very smart, so they are not at interested in marketing, right? So koi bhi initially we had those sales executives coming door to door, or then later on the big billboards or some signages, and they try to sell their products. So content marketing is a different thing. It is marketing, all right, it is a marketing, because finally we have to earn money, we have to gain something, we have to sell our product and services, but we directly don't pitch to our product and services, but we try to help the customers by sharing with them the information which has to be accurate, unbiased, and we try to advertise our content. And when the customer is well acquainted with our content, he's trusting us, he has a loyalty to us, then we try to say, okay, this is our product and this is a service which we are trying to provide it, and then we go on to market our service or product. So that is what actually you mean by content marketing. So now content marketing can be delivered through various channels or magazines, you can say. Now, initially it was through print media. Initially, let's say in 90s or so, if I have a product to sell, or if I have a service to sell, let's say if a new product has launched, a new phone has been launched, so then we had to print those flyers and pamphlets, then give a big advertisement in the newspapers, or print some flyers, send it through the newspapers, and then everyone will see, okay, ye new product aaya hai. Then you go to that, then you read the qualities you have, and then you actually go to the shop and find out that product. So that was the initial marketing strategy of buying any product, right, through print media. So after that, then it came on to television. Okay, then advertisement. Then we have some attractive, effective advertisement which help us in gaining the knowledge or gaining the details of a particular product or a services. So your content or your marketing of the product or the service was from print media, then to the advertisement, right? So as the time proceeded, then we came on with the internet, and now everything was going online. So then whatever products you have, then you have to sell them online, sell them through ads, which you can see, you have seen Google ads, you see YouTube ads, and all those things. So the product was sold online, right? That again was marketing, but in a traditional way. Whatever ads you see on YouTube, Facebook, through Google AdSense is a part of your marketing. Again, it is a traditional marketing, I'm saying, because it is not content marketing, right? Because they are directly selling their product, because they just have, say, 20-30 seconds. If you go on through now, during this lockdown and all, you have those web series going on, web shows going on, TV channels, everything is on it. And before starting off any channel or any movie, you see a small ad, right? So at least that ad plays for around 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and then you can have the option of skip ad, right? So those 30-40 seconds, they have to pitch in their customers and try to sell those products and ads, right? So that is again is a marketing, but in a traditional way. It is going online. So everything which is online on the internet is not content marketing. It is marketing, but there they are trying to give in the ads directly, or they are trying to pitch their product directly to the customers, right? And then finally what happens with this type of ads is you have a blindness to the banner. Fine. So you have a term in internet called as banner blindness. So I hope most of you have heard it, or maybe not. So banner blindness is a new concept which is going on through the internet. So what actually is banner blindness? What happens if you are interested in a particular movie, or you want to see that movie? If you want to see a proper TV channel, you are watching a series on that, and in between you get an ad. So what do? In between those 40-50 seconds, you try to finish up your other works, because you have to come back and return to your serial or return to your show, and you try to do your other course or household course within that advertise, right? Because you think that is a break for you. So finally what happens, you are ignorance, or you are trying to give a blind eye to those advertisements, right? Or you try to skip that. So basically the purpose of the marketers or the advertisers, that people should see that ad and that should buy the product, but the audience are not interested in the ads, so they try to overthrow or overlook that particular thing. So marketing is going on, but again it is going on in the traditional market. So the new concept of content marketing came into picture. So wherein the how do I try to grab the audience? Yes, I have to market my product, I have to market my audience, but I need to apply a different strategy rather than a traditional strategy. So therein content marketing started to take in place, and we will see how content marketing is going to help along. Right. So proceeding with my slide, here is a small video I like to play. One second. I don't know if this video. Just let me know if this video is playing. One second.
Sure, ma'am.
Video is not playing, right? One second. Yes, maybe because of the net speed. Yes, now are you able to see the video? No.
No, no, ma'am.
One second, one second. All right.
Yes.
It is slightly slow. So maybe because of that. I think the laptop is fine. I'll share this link with you later if this is getting slow. So here in this particular video, they are going to tell you what actually is content marketing and how are you going to work on content marketing. Right. So now your one second. It is playing. I'll just make it full screen. No. Yes. Is the video playing?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just try to make it full screen and let's see if hope it plays. When I try to make it full screen, it's not playing.
Okay.
One second. I'll try to zoom it here itself. So in this particular video, they are trying to explain you what is content marketing, and basically it is telling a brand story in an entertaining. So here, if I just come and tell you, okay, these are the points, this is content marketing. Your content has to be interactive. It has to give you money returns in that. The customers have to get back to you on whatever information they have given you. So you are offering them value and being generous with them by offering an additional information. It can be the knowledge which you have gained over the years or any information which you want to share, and then the customers coming back to you. Only then the customers will come, okay, they are trying to give us some information which is going to help us in purchasing them. Right? So here we are into content which can be anything. I can write, suppose if I want to share my expertise on content marketing, so I can write a blog, I can create an animated video, I can share a video recorded and then share it with my students or the audience. So you come to know, okay, there is something in content marketing. Or if I just come and say, okay, you have to purchase my book and this is my book and so on. So if the content is not there, if the content is not shared in a proper way, then the content is going to be wasted. So it has to be informative to the audience, right?
Right.
One second. Yeah. Okay. So what actually is content? So when I say content, you have to write content, you have to write what actually you mean by content. So content which is going to add a value to the reader's life. If the reader is going to get some additional information from the knowledge which you are giving them, then it is going to be beneficial for you, right? If I just give you, like say, we go to classes, we share our knowledge with the students. So we just won't go in the class and read the books. This is chapter so and so, these are the notes, right? What we do, we refer ourselves some books, then we put on some notes, and then we try to share it. So when the student attend the class, they are going to gain some information from us, right? Then only the students will come. Otherwise the students say, नहीं वो मैम तो ना बुक में से आके पढ़ाती है, वो कुछ बुक लेके आती है, बुक में से नोट्स देखती है, ऊपर भी नहीं देखती, पीछे पता नहीं स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते रहे. So by the student, then you say कि नहीं attendance कम है and so on. So why is that? Because students are not going to get information what they need. Books में तो वो घर पे भी read कर सकते. Apart from that, if you give some live examples to them, acha you know this is the statement or kal aise hua tha. So if this, you try to relate them with examples, you try to relate them with some live examples, with some videos, with some other things, then only the content is going to be, or your information is going to reach to that audience, right? Now just a few days we have seen that the teacher Desle sir from Barshi, he was given that award. Now why? He is a normal teacher like us, but what he did, he tried to experiment. He tried to scan the QR code. He tried to have a virtual tour for the students through which they try to gain the information. So such an innovative, and he did not have the students only from his class in Barshi, not only from Solapur, not only from Maharashtra, but all across the globe. Why? Because he had an innovative initiative idea. The people who were attending a session across the globe, they said, no, we are getting some information. There is some content which is going to add to our life. So anything which you are trying to get, your reader in the sense, not only who is reading, but who is trying to grab it. We can say we are actually trying to read from the YouTube also. So the audience who is trying to see or accept the information, if they get some adding knowledge to their if it is going to add to their knowledge, then only that content is going to be worth reading, right? Then, so here in content marketing, we don't just pitch our product or services. Instead, we try to develop a content, and then down below we somewhere write, okay, this content we can share it, and this is our cost. Right? So here they're getting, then they say, because everywhere we see, if you have a trailer, if you want to see a movie, you try to see a trailer of that. ठीक है, हाँ मूवी देखने लायक है, मूवी का रिव्यूज है, what you just go and buy. You said, हाँ, let me check the newspaper, let me check the reviews, what are the stars, what are the marking. So that information which you have, based on that, then you try to select that product or the service. So we try to make the buyer more intelligent. We try to get a control over his brain. Okay, this is the information or this is the content of that particular product, and then when he is satisfied, then he will go and purchase your product and the service. Not content, not necessarily that every time I am going to pitch in my product or services. You have, most of you, I don't know if you have heard the concept of influencers, right?
Yes.
So you try to have some influences. Let's say that particular movie reviews, you have some movie reviews or you have reviews in your newspaper. So what they do, they try to influence the audience that okay, this is the movie and you should go and start there. Then you say, acha isko kitne stars hai this? Okay, on Netflix this is a news web series coming up and uska rating kitna hai? So customers are not like audience like before कि हाँ movie लगी है जाके देखो, अमिताभ की है, you have to go and see, और इसकी है then you have, because this is the latest trend. No, what they do, they check the reviews, they watch the star ratings, then they check अच्छा किसने रिव्यू दिया है. हाँ, if any layman gives, हाँ वो तो उन्हीं का पेड होगा, उनका ही फ्रेंड होगा, they are just giving the reviews. But when a proper and eminent personality who is giving the reviews, if he gives the star rating or the then that is going to influence the product or the service, right? So influencer marketing also happens to be a part of content marketing, because the influence is giving the information or the content to the audience. So again, here one more video I have. I don't know if the videos are going to share. Yes. So this is basically the difference between your traditional and the content marketing. So in traditional marketing, you have to sell the products. Again, content marketing basically also, but in content you have the reference, you have some white papers, ebooks, then your banners and your YouTube. And traditional marketing, you have a telephone, you have SMSs, you have radios, newspapers, banners, brochures. And look at the cost wise. Yeah. Right? So sharing on social media only sharing your products on social media is not content marketing. So see, traditional marketing, you see the ads are interruptive. The people try to skip those ads. Traditional marketing is non-interactive. You just see the ads, you're not able to ask them. Whereas content marketing is a quiz. You ask them some questions. Suppose if I ask him, okay, how was this session? Then you give me some answers, then it becomes interactive, because you are trying to gain the knowledge of the audience also. You are trying to know who your audience is by asking them your polls, your quiz, and you are making the session more interactive. Then the measurement and optimization of both the content as well as the traditional. In content, you have the Google Analytics. You can see how many have viewed your blogs, how many views you have, how many comments you have. So here you have a good quote. Traditional marketing is telling the world you are a rock star, whereas content marketing is showing that you are one. So you have to show them that yes, you have those things in you, and then you have to showcase it, right? So this is the basic difference between the three. So now proceeding further with these slides. Yes. So content marketing is, we have to bridge the gap between what brands produce and what the consumers want. Yes, I have created, this is the phone. let's say we take an example of a phone, right? Because everyone now needs a smartphone. Now, initially we would say the kids that okay, don't use smartphone, but now it has become a compulsory that during Corona you need to have a smartphone. So let's say I want to design a phone or I want to sell my smartphone. So I need to specify them. Okay, this is the phone. Now Apple sells them. Okay, these are the features. Apple, yes, Apple has a brand, but looking at the cost, Apple has all the necessities, infinity, display, and everything. But what is the cost of Apple? And comparatively, I have another smartphone, which again has all those apps. It is a small Android phone. It is going to give you the same apps. It is going to be online. You are able to access everything, but the cost is around say 14-15,000, right? So we cannot just go and tell the students that yes, you have to take Apple because these are the apps and this is the app you need. My lectures are going to be conducted only through this Apple or iStore. But here, if the same app is given to you, so you need to check what your audience want and not only what you have. You don't have to do brand marketing. You have to see the audience, what are the consumers need, and based on that you need to sell your products. And so you have a concept called as content branding and branding your content, right? Branding your content means whatever content you have to brand it by using social media. And content branding or branding the content is whatever is your product, you have to brand it irrespective if the audience is interested in buying that. That is what the traditional marketing or the TV commercials or the commercials which come, they try to brand it. But are the audience interested in seeing the videos or seeing your ads? No, they just skip it. They just give it a blind eye. So that is, they are trying to brand their products, whereas we are here to content our brand. So now, in what tools or what way I can market my content, right? So I can have a white paper. Now, you as professors, we need to write research papers, So for research paper, we need to do a lot of research. So whatever information we want, we can write it on the white papers and then share it, okay, to your colleagues, and it goes on into journals and all. And then maybe you can call in as a resource person. So there you did not go and brand yourself, right? You just shared your information through white papers. Or infographics is another very important and effective tool. Now, what does infographics do? It is a graphical representation of your information. So let's say now during COVID, so many percentage of persons were recovered, or this was the death rate. This is what the graph of it is. If I try to give the information with the graphical representation, then that is going to let's say tomorrow a pharmaceutical or a new vaccine which is coming up in the market, if they have to market their vaccine, then they need to show them graphically information. Okay, this is the death rate, this is the death rate in Italy, this is the recovery rate. If they give that information, and yes, for this, if you purchase our vaccine, then this is. So the audience who are interested, they know the information, what actually is the current scenario of COVID, and then you pitch in your vaccine or pitch in your medicine, right? So that is your infographics. So these are the examples of the tools with which here you see white paper is just writing your information. You can write an article in newspaper, you can write article in magazines, whereas you can see COVID-19 technology challenges and property priorities. Here you have a Alithia, some company or a hospital which is want to brand their new unit which they have done. If they want to promote their services, then they can create an infographics like this. So this is content marketing. Yes, they are marketing their services, they are marketing their hospitality, but they are trying to give it in a graphical or information, right, through the infographics. So these are the examples which you can see here. Now, as I said, the banner blindness. So what was banner blindness? Now we said wherever is the content. Now when you open some web page, I have to purchase something on Flipkart. I open the Flipkart site. So I see an ad coming up there. Maybe because of previous search you have tried to see some books or try to see some books which are going to help you in creating the WordPress site, right? So here in the top up, they will have the banners. This WordPress sites or whatever previous surfing you have done, they try to show the ads. So those basically you can see are creating noise to the audience. It is a marketing strategy, but it is noise. What we do, I mean, I have that habit. I just go and close the ads previous because it is disturbing. I am not able to concentrate on what actually I want to search. I am not able to find the product which is interested. Unnecessarily, Flipkart will go on. So that is cross selling they are trying to see. So that is trying to create the noise. So this particular slide shows you where actually is your content and what is the noise surrounding it. Right? So you have a cross there, and even if you click on the cross, they say why you want to close this ad, whether it is not relevant, irrelevant, or it is a spam, everything. So that is a noise which is created. So that creates a banner blindness or a blind eye from the audience side. Now we'll see some effective advertisements which can grab your ad. Now just look at this ad here, Rajasthan. Now Rajasthan tourism or travels, they wanted to market their travels. So just look at this image. दिख जाएगा, जो देखोगे दिख जाएगा. So Rajasthan, if you look at the image, what you can see? You can see 2 camels and 2 birds which are flying there. Or if you look at it closely, you can see that the 2 birds are the eyes and that particular camels are the mustache. Right? Our Rajasthani, a Rajasthani person you see has a nice mustache. So if you look at, तो जो आप उसको देखना चाहोगे वैसे आपको वो दिखेगा. So then इस तरह से, I mean, you can see a diversity. If you want to see variety, diversity, you visit Rajasthan. Right? So they did not. So the content, whatever the content or whatever the information Rajasthan wanted to show, they tried to show it with a simple graphic like this. So your advertisement, if you want to market also, your advertisement has to be effective. And advertisement nowadays are the king. That's what I said. Content is the king. So whatever advertisement you see, you try to gain them. Now look at the image below. This is the advertise of organ donor. So a patient who is lying on the bed, he's trying to hug a person who has donated his organ. The person is no more. The person is dead, but he has donated the organ. So it is like hugging that particular person who has given you those ads. So here you are going to get the contents what the organ donor campaign wants to share with you. So the content is important. Now, content not necessarily every time has to be text. I do not have to write big quotes. Only with a simple graphic, I should be able to share the knowledge or the information which has to reach to my audience. Now, if you look at an image or a text, you can see here of the 367, 142 cars in this city. Imagine if the one in front of you wasn't on the road, you are be the one car ahead. If 2 weren't there, you will 2 cars closer to your destination. And if 1,000 people decide to leave their car at home and take a train, a bus, a share, a cab, there would be less traffic on this road. And you would waste less time reading this billboard. So what is this ad trying to tell you? Mumbai police has said, because you so much time you are hung up in the traffic that you are just waiting there doing nothing and you have that much time to read this entire text. So basically Mumbai traffic want to tell that avoid traffic, avoid you getting your private car, instead use trains, cab, and so that's why you are able to lessen the Mumbai traffic, right? So this particular sentence, so every time it necessarily not being a big text or a graphical, but your advertisement or your marketing has to be effective. So you should share the content, whatever you want to share, in an effective manner. So proceeding further, now here, whenever we have any current issue, we know which brand has that poster. Now, Amul, you know, any current scenario going on, it has the brand. So Amul has that particular content. So just imagine the content Dabholkar sir has to, every time he has to go through that current scenario, what is the current issue, and he has such a graphic which he tries to represent. Atmanirbhar. So Atmanirbhar Bharat, when it was, this was the ad. And every time you see Amul has a different content which they are trying. So you try, you wait, okay, abhi Amul ka kya aayega? Based on this, what new we are going to get. So you're waiting for that information. You like, then the second part is you buy that butter or no, but you get some new information from this particular ads, from the Amul ads. So Amul is a very good good advertisement or effective marketing with respect to the content, because you are going to get some new content each and every time, and that also with the current and the latest topics. Now, here you have a online brands which have adopted primary player as their content market. Now, can anybody of you tell me which is this ad where cute children are dressed up as adults, right? And it is an online
Okay.
shopping portal. So you come to know it
Okay.
is Flipkart. So फ्लिपकार्ट ऑल्सो आप देखोगे, अच्छा आज ये बच्चे क्या करने वाले हैं, आज ये बच्चे कौन सा इंफॉर्मेशन हमको देने वाले, then you go on to Flipkart, because you don't just directly go to Flipkart, अरे ये बच्चों ने आज ये बोला. So this is that tacky thing or a new innovative thing which through the children they're trying to sell it. So Flipkart has this innovative idea coming. So this makes the advertisement more effective. Now, as I said, content branding. So when you have created the contents has to be created for the audience and not for your business. You are not there to pitch your product. You have to say audience ko kya chahiye. So your now if say I write a blog and I write okay content marketing, then the audience will say content marketing to itne sare logon ne likha hai. So why should we go and read Rupali ma'am's content marketing? So you need to create some tacky. So you have to check what the audience want, and then where you have to customize your information, customize your sessions, customize your blog. Because if you give whatever the audience want, you are going to build a loyal audience, which is going to finally, then you have a trust. This particular, now you have a trust on Amul. No, they have trusted. If अगर आके बोल दे कि ये अमूल बटर है, this is the cost, you said हाँ ये तो माल बेचने आए. But if you give them information, you try to create a bonding with the audience, you try to create a loyalty, a trust with the audience, and yes, the audience are going to come back to you for the product and the services, right? So this is branding your content. Now, why content marketing is important? Content marketing has to be compelling, it has to fulfill, it should be convenient and efficient. So if you have these particular qualities in your content, it is going to give you an important and a very useful content. Now, what actually you mean by compelling? Now, here we have this video. Just have a look at this. Why content marketing is important. So we have seen how content can be important. So if you try to share it with the information, they are going to get it from. Now your content have to be compelling. That means the content should give a promising value to that. It should address the need. So if let's say suppose if tomorrow a small entrepreneur opens a gym, right, or a fitness club, and he wants to sell his products or services. So he if he creates a flyers, okay, the ABC fitness, and these are my packages. If you take the package, 50% off, and so and so, and such flyers he gives, or such advertisements he gives, and a very good models he has taken, and he tried to pitch the product. But instead of that, if he says some quotes, so if he tries to solve the problem of the audience, if he says, okay, if he just give us a statement, during the lockdown, have you gained weight? Do you want to guide help how to lose weight? Then you said, oh, this is catchy, I really want to lose weight. Or if you say, are you bored sitting at home? Do you want to get some nice exercises, or do you want to know how many kgs can be, or how many calories are there, or how many calories you will burn by doing this exercising? Then you go to say, ha, are pad to lete, are sun lete. So that information if you're going to get, then you go on to his ad, and then he says, okay, then join my fitness club. So if instead of just pitching your product, you try to give a solution to the problems of the audience. So every audience has a problem, and if you try to solve their problems, if you give them a solution, then they will come to you. And this, how are you going to get? You need to give a clear title to your content. Your title has to be catchy. You need to give a proper title that the customers will come to read to your blog, because so many articles nowadays we see, so many newspaper articles, so many flyers we get, so many blogs we get. Why anybody will come? Now, even Google also, if you see, you have nearly 50-60 pages, but you just go and see the. So what type of questions you think? You said, where will I get this? How to give proper content? How do you conduct online sessions? How to reduce the weight? So what questions you are asking Google? If so, Google has a solution for that. So if your article, if your blog has the solutions for that, then it will be listed. Now you know how Google works. It will work on the SEO, your search engine optimization. That again is going to work on keywords. So if you have the proper keywords, you try to answer the questions: when, where, how, why. If you try to answer you have the solution to this question of the audience, then you have a good content, right? So you have title, you need to make your title more clear, attractive, and it should grab, so that the people will like to click on your link. So if I say 21 ways to dominate YouTube, so you say, I want to dominate YouTube. I have my videos. I have created so nice videos. I will nowadays every teacher has created YouTube. So mere YouTube channel pe kaun aayega? Then I say, yes, let's see. So the first thing I'll go and click on the 21 ways. So what it has done, it has helped you to answer your question. How do you dominate the YouTube? And then they have that book, The Ultimate Guide. Or if I say 6 instant confidence boosters, yes, my confidence is lacking because I've not gone outside for so many days. What are the boosters? And then they've given you, and maybe below that they have some counseling classes or some tutorials or some coaches. Nowadays you have trainers or coaches who sell their packages for 50, 60 and 1 lakh. So but the title is confidence booster. Or are you too clever for success? So what do you need for success? Then come and read this success stories, come and attend this my sessions, effective trainer, effective coach, Arfin Khan, and all those things. So you go and read. First, you are the solution, or you are the answer to their cleverness for success, and then you grab them. First, grab the audience to your blog, grab the audience to your website, grab them to your channel, and then you explain them. Initially, don't go and try, this is the product. So when they come to you, they try to get the solution, then they have trust in you. Okay, yes, this person has answer to my questions, and he is going. So 10 Facebook advertisement mistake. Every one of us is like, Facebook page banao, usme ye ad dal do, share it in this groups, and then go on marketing. 10 rupees per click, 20 rupees per click and all. But what are the mistakes we do? If the Facebook or this particular social media advertising agency has answers to that, then they write a blog like this, they write a 10 10 lines information. You click on that and then say, if you do not want to make such mistakes, come to us, we are going to clear it, right? So they are trying to sell their services, but not direct marketing, by giving the information to the users and then they. So for at risk youth, learning digital is a thing. So your titles has to be effective so that the audience at least come and click you once. So once they come to you, then you try to build the audience on it. So it has to be a promised value. The content must be delivered. Only avoid the negative effect. So you don't try to go and pitch it, because that again becomes a traditional marketing. Traditional marketing was there few times ago, but now because the audience is becoming smarter, everyone is having so much knowledge, everyone has their palms, everything is there हाथों में लगी, everything is in the palms, on the phone. अच्छा आप ये बोल रहे हैं, रुको एक मिनट, then you go and search. So you, I just cannot say anything blah blah blah. You will say क्या बोल रहे हैं, ये तो इसका logic है, because I can search it in my palms, I can search it on Google. So it has to be fulfilling, it has to be content which the audience need, it has to be convenient, it has to be given in the way the audience wants it, right? Now if I have to give an information, okay, online teaching learning के बारे में ये कुछ tips है, बच्चे अभी online exams कैसे देने वाले, so this is how you are going to give the exam. Now this information if I have to share with my audience, so who will be my audience? The students. If you want to share it with the students, so what you do, you need to share it with the WhatsApp group, you need to make a audio recording, you need to make a video of it, and then the students will go and say. But if you have to give the information to the that let's the parents or the grandparents also maybe want to, then you have to change the media according to the audience, because they say अरे वो phone पे से कुछ समझ में नहीं आता, book होगी तो इसका print out निकाल के दे दे. Now we have e-tickets. If you go for a movie, you show them the e-ticket. But if you take your parents and say ये print out नहीं है तो ये नहीं, अगर phone तेरा खराब हो गया, phone खुला ही नहीं तो. So some audience, if they want print media, then you have your content has to reach the audience in print. If you say कि नहीं ट्रैवलिंग में अगर मुझे कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन मिले, हाँ जाते जाते अरे 2 घंटे मेरा ट्रैवलिंग में जाता है, अगर कुछ अच्छा होगा सुनने के लिए तो सुना. So that time you cannot just go on watching your YouTube all the time in the car. It's very boring, or rather it's very sickness to your eyes. So what you say, हाँ एक podcast में मैंने कुछ information सुन लिया किसी का success story, so your content has to be on podcast. या कभी कभी बैठे बैठे हाँ अरे कुछ कर नहीं रहा व्हाट्सएप पे वीडियो, सो योर कंटेंट हैज टू बी ऑन वीडियोस. देन अरे आज बैठे बैठे कुछ नहीं है, लाइट नहीं है, नेट नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, देन हाँ ये पेपर तो है. So your content has to reach the audience in various media. We are not saying that just social media है तो just YouTube पे जाओ, just podcast पे जाओ. It has to follow each and every media. It has to be convenient to the user. So just the content has to be water. It has to take the shape of where it has to fit, right? So if I want to share my contents, my content has to be everywhere. It should be there on the print, it should be there on an ebook, it should be there on Kindle, it should be there as a podcast, it should be there as a video if it is on the video. And depending on your thing, then you decide your content, right? So if it is on the YouTube, I just cannot give a single lines. If I have to write a blog, it has to be text, all right. If it has to be a YouTube, it has to be with images and graphics. If it has to be on podcast, I cannot just put in images, it has only to be a clear louder voice. So it has to shape or take the shape of the content or the device which you are trying to say, similar like your water. So it has to be efficient. That means it has to be depending on the audience. So these are the basic, what do you say, the criterias with which your content should be reaching. Now I have a small example here. Ma'am, I have time. I just
Yes.
have 5. I'll continue or you stop. I'll go on to the last slide. It's already went.
Means
So here I have a small example in 1988. You know, Nike, all of you know, they have a great tagline, just do it. Now what happened in 1988, Nike's brand was a bit down because Reebok had come into picture. So here is the story of their success story. So while Reebok was directing their campaign at aerobics during the fitness craze, and then Nike had to take that campaign on, even Nike had to see that. So Reebok was just targeting a specific audience. What Nike did, they said that their shoes has to fit for each and every person. Each and every person should wear their
Right.
shoes. So if I have to walk, I have to exercise, I need to. So now initially when we, अरे आज नहीं, कल से पक्का स्टार्ट करेंगे जॉगिंग, आज नहीं, हाँ नहीं नहीं, 1 तारीख से, 1 जनवरी रेजोल्यूशन, हाँ 1 जनवरी से आई एम गोइंग टू डू. So Nike said, if you want to start exercises, if you want to start walking, if you want to start it, just do it. So that was the tagline. They said, just do it. So anytime you say कि नहीं यार आज नहीं, नहीं, just do it, whatever it is, just do it. So it was a tagline for a common man also. So that was the tagline which they found, and then they created print media, their graffiti art and billboard. Not only to everyday customers, they tried to get some influencers. Your Ronaldinho, Wayne Rooney, Michael Jordan, everyone. So they are using Nike. So then Nike boosted up their sales. And if you see this, around in 1988, their sales was increased for around $800 million just by a a short and a sweet title, just do it. And you
Right.
say, yes, I have to do it, just do it. So this was a case study which I wanted to share with you. And see, these are what the benefits you get when you it builds brand. Now I had given you these topics initially on the slide, but it was just written text. So I don't know how many of you have read the text. So text reading is boring because here we are, here I am just speaking. The session is on interactive. So many babe ma'am वही बड़बड़ कर रही है जो हम already पढ़ चुके हैं. But with this particular graphic, if I just look at it, yes, content helps in building links. Yes, it is great for digital marketing. It builds brand awareness. The image itself is telling the message which I want to share with you. So depending on the audience, depending on how you represent your content is going to be grabbed by the audience. So these are some images which it is going to educate your audience. It is going to generate leads for your business. It is going to strengthen your bond between the clients and the customers. So these are the benefits. And then again, if you say WordPress, as even Parikshit sir said, WordPress. Now, so many nowadays, everyone has to go online, but creating website. Now, for creating website, you have n number of website. GoDaddy hai, WordPress hai, these and these. Now, WordPress, when it came in initially, what is just a blog, but then they came up with developing websites. I have been conducting sessions on how do you create websites with WordPress. So WordPress is very simple, as sir said. Even a layman who does not have any technical knowledge, who does not know the coding of creating websites, they also can create by the simple CMS, that content management system, which is given by WordPress. So again, they have seen more viewers or more clients depending on that, because the content was easy. The content was based on audience. The audience want के अरे coding नहीं आता लेकिन website बनानी है. Website developer are charging so much. So WordPress came up with that in. Now a small but an what you can say an effective advertisement which I like to share by Procter and Gamble. This was a campaign ad. So this is a gratitude which they are trying to give to moms. The daily routine of what a mother does for kids has been elaborated. A small advertisement which Procter and Gamble created. So these are the products which are used by mothers, and a tribute to mother, because anywhere, everywhere you go, the love or the care the mother takes, and this is where Procter and Gamble came into pitch, right? So they wanted to
Right.
share the content, what actually they wanted, and the information or the content was reached till the audience. So these are some of the benefits of content marketing. It increases audience relation, better social media attraction, establish trust with the audience, which I have tried to elaborate it in text, which I represent it in graphic. So now you can see the difference. The content is the same, but the way I try to present it, now here it is so difficult. Even I'm not interested in reading the entire, because we are like used to, अरे कितना पढ़ोगे, कितना पढ़ोगे, but those images are there in your mind. So the graphic has been grabbed by your mind. So build authority, enhance SEO, and all those things. Now these are some of the strategies with which you can do content marketing. You should position yourself as an expert. So if I have to write something, I need to be an expert. If I have to deliver lecture, I need to myself go and research what need to be there. So you have to be an expert. You need to improve your brand awareness. Why will anybody come and call me, or why will anybody come to me? I don't have a brand, so I need to create that awareness. So that awareness I can create through my contents. Then your content also has keywords which is best searched by your SEO, and it increases your SEO ranking. And your content has to acquire new customers, but it has to also retain the customer. अरे वो लास्ट टाइम का मैम का लेक्चर बहुत बोर था, अब इस बार नहीं बुलाते. सो इफ आई एम नॉट एबल टू रिटेन द कस्टमर्स, माय कंटेंट इज ऑफ नो वैल्यू. Yes, all right. हाँ, पहली बार है, सुन तो लेते हैं. That is acquiring customers. But if your content is to the mark, it helps in retaining the customer. Then it generates traffic, it generates new leads and the backlinks, right? And this is my blog wherein you can see the articles. I had got a project that I had to create an online portal for a Dubai-based company. But before that, what I did a research, and I wrote a research paper and posted it in my blog, that why startups is difficult to start in UAE. What are the problems they face? And then when blog was published on the Dubai side and other side, then the companies came to me. Okay, but these are the things. Do you have a solution? Yes, I can create the online portals for that, right? So the content was given to me. Some other articles also there. So this is what, and for whatever session I did today, these are some of the references. Now, anytime you are going to go online, any content you are trying to share, you need to give a gratitude or the references, because nowadays, plagiarism and everything, you need to give proper references with whatever content you have taken, because all the contents are not mine. Many of them have taken, the session can be mine, but the references has been given to you. Yes, thank you. And I conclude my session with this. Hope it was information and it was based on the topic which was assigned to me, and I have given proper weightage and proper judgment to that. Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
stop
much,
sharing
ma'am.
yeah, I'll just stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really wonderful session, ma'am. It was knowledgeable and learning as well. I'm sure I have myself gained a lot of information through this. And I will conclude this on one word. If I want to thank you for one word, and that will be thought leadership. It was in one of the slides, and all the content marketing is revolving around that. That we are, whosoever is doing this job of content marketing, so they are providing the thought leadership to the people. So, ma'am, on behalf of entire GS College of Commerce and MBA department, I thank you from the bottom of your, from my heart, to provide your valuable time for us and our student. And uh, we hope that we'll justify this by having those contents from you. And this has really evolved, like as we compared the traditional marketing and the content marketing, we can see a definite change there is, that a lot of resources are not needed now through content marketing. And one more thing I would like to remark, that the as you said, that we skip some ads. whatever we are keeping, that is going waste, right? So all the companies, those have invested in creating those advertisements, and with their huge investment budgets, they are not giving them that productivity that was supposed to be, and which can be enhanced by content marketing. So on this word, I am going to conclude this. Thank you so much, ma'am, again, on and on behalf of also our coordinator, Professor Parishkrit Agrawal, sir, assistant coordinator, Dr. Shrikant Bause, and co-convener of this webinar series, Professor Kiran Nagre. Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, we hope that we'll meet you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for having, because I think I have exceeded the time.
No problem, ma'am.
Okay.
It was worth extending it. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.